who are you?
I'm Matthew Pittaway. I'm head of boarding at Seaford, and I also run one of our boarding houses, Woolgarden West, a boys' house from year 9 to year 12. Seaford's an incredibly inclusive school, and I think the boarding really echoes that. Most of our boarders come from just an hour and a half away, and most choose to board. Almost everybody here has the option they could go home, but they choose to stay to be with their friends, to take advantage of all the help and support that's available in the evening, and because they want that independence that boarding gives them. Well, we tried a couple of years ago piloting an academic support session each evening, initially just covering all the core subjects, so maths, English, science, and that's really grown massively. And what that enables students to do in the evening from 7 till 8:30 is to go to a dedicated specialist member of staff, often a head of department, to get help and support with that particular subject. So we have an evening for maths, an evening for English. We have separate evenings for all three sciences. We're now having a humanities evening this year. We have a PE help and support evening as well. We have a business help and support evening and a psychology help and support evening. So gradually, all of the sort of subjects that we offer throughout the school, pupils are able to get help and guidance for in the evening. So sixth formers also benefit from the opportunity to come back and work independently in their rooms during the school day, which is something that many of them take advantage of, where they're surrounded by their books, the materials that they need, and a little bit of peace and quiet to give them that extra bit of time to focus. Feedback's been amazing, and we actually are noticing now we get pupils staying over on specific nights as flexi boarders to take advantage of help and support for a particular subject they might be struggling in. Exam results for boarders we're incredibly proud of. The impact that it's made has been noticeable, particularly in the subjects that we've been running those academic support sessions in for the last few years, and it really has enabled all students that are taking advantage of those to achieve their personal bests. So once prep's done, pupils have a range of different activities they can take advantage of. Throughout the year, we open the gym every evening, the sports hall every evening. The spinning room's open for those that want to go and pursue some cardiovascular exercise. We open the swimming pool twice a week. The climbing wall's open twice a week as well. So throughout the year, even in the middle of winter, there's no excuse for pupils to be sat, not being able to exercise, not being able to let off steam. And obviously in the summer, we've got the fantastic grounds that students are able to use. There's two big entry groups really into senior school boarding, in year 9 and in year 12. And in both cases, virtually 60–70% of all three houses that have year 9 and year 12 boarders in, so that's Woolgarden West, Woolgarden East and Mansion, are made up of pupils that are new to the school or trying boarding for the first time. So for new students coming, there's no reason for them to feel that they're not going to fit in, that they're going to be in some way a minority, and that they might struggle with existing friendships, because we have so many joining at those two particular entry points. Obviously the help and support that we give as house parents is really important, and we do what we can whenever we can to make sure that all of our boarders are well integrated and are enjoying the experience of boarding at Seaford. So in year 13, our boarders moved to a dedicated boarding house for the girls, that's Headon Court, and for the boys, that's Headon Hall. And they are all together, girls in one side, boys in the other, as a year 13 upper 6th boarding community, where the hope is, and the expectation is, that they will develop greater independence, a greater focus on study, to prepare them for life outside of Seaford, whether that's at university, in an apprenticeship, or into the world of work. So about 95% of our boarders on any one night through the week are weekly boarders. And weekly boarding is a very flexible term that we use at Seaford. It can mean arriving on a Monday, going home on a Friday. It could also mean staying till Saturday after games fixtures are finished. And it could also mean coming in on a Sunday night. And those that live slightly further away really appreciate the fact that we open our boarding houses to weekly boarders on a Sunday, so that it enables them to come into school ready for the start of the working week on Monday morning. On any one night, it's very normal to have flexi boarders as well. Flexi boarders can do 1 or 2 nights a week. And we also allow, where we've got space, ad hoc boarding as well. So for those students whose perhaps parents are away, might just be once in a blue moon, but they can come in if there's space in a boarding house and also be part of the boarding community for the nights that they need to access that. One of the other unique things about boarding at Seaford is that we offer complimentary boarding for those that need it in order to fulfil a school commitment. So it started as Friday night boarding for those that needed to be in school for an early fixture the following morning on a Saturday, but we've opened it up now so school guides that are helping on an open morning would be able to access boarding if there was space, to enable them to fulfil that. Equally, during the week, we do have students that are on school trips or maybe part of productions, musical productions or theatrical productions that might need to access boarding for that period, and where we've got space, we will do all we can to accommodate, and that is free. Perhaps the biggest benefit of all is to be part of an incredibly welcoming and supportive community.